I often marvel at how much we all have in common. We all like speeches, good ones. We're all members of the same race, human. And we all want to have, do, or be something a little better, something a little more. Isn't that right, Madam Judge, fellow Toastmasters, and viewers at home? How many of us want to dial some part of our life up to a higher level? Turn and face someone right now and say to this person with power, clarity, and conviction, up yours. Let me explain. In addition to being a coach, trainer, speaker, and author, I'm also a minister. I'm known as Reverend Up. And when I say up yours, I don't mean that as an insult. I mean it as an invitation to raise every part of your life up to a higher level of peace, a higher level of prosperity, a higher level of achievement, a higher level of consciousness. And if this is where leaders are made, and we're going to tackle some of the problems out in the world, we all need to up ours. I take the philosophy of up seriously. If I still drank soda, my beverage would be 7-Up. If I shipped packages, they would all go UPS. I'd get my theme music from James Brown. Get on up, get on up, get on the scene, like a speaking machine. I take the philosophy of up seriously. That's why I joined Toastmasters. I wanted to up my speaking skills. Even after years of preaching, teaching, coaching, and training, there's still things I want to learn. There's still things I want to improve. I lead a varied and interesting life with friends, family, colleagues, playing music, working in different spiritual communities, among the other things that I mentioned. And, believe it or not, there are times when Reverend Up is actually down. There are times when I experience fear, doubt, anxiety, betrayal. I've experienced loss. I've lost money, opportunities, relationships. I've lost pets. I've even lost a child. So believe me when I tell you, I have experienced my own version of the dark night of the soul. And through all of that, there have been a few things that I could consistently turn to help lift me up from a down place. They don't fix my problems, they just put me in a different state from which I can better deal with them. And I want to share 3 of those with you, and perhaps they can be of some service to you. The first place I usually turn to is nature. When I'm feeling down, there's a voice inside that says, get outside. And when I go outside and connect with the higher vibration that is nature, in that moment, I feel calmer. In that moment, I look around me and I don't see any conflict. The grass isn't fighting with the trees and the birds aren't arguing with the bees. And if the pines are whispering, they're not saying anything about me. And even if it's cloudy, I remember all of those plane trips that I would take. We would start off in the rain, and after a few moments, the plane would make its way above the clouds, and after a while, there it was. The sun was always shining. And that serves as a reminder to me that I too must rise above my cloudy circumstances. The second thing I'll do to up mine is I'll get more sleep. Sleep is important. It's not just a luxury, it's a necessity. There was a Gallup poll at the end of last year that said 43% of Americans do not get the recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. I know what some of you are thinking. Wow, what I wouldn't do with 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Sleep helps the body regenerate and repair itself. There's a study at the University of Rochester Medical Center which has identified a mechanism in our brain that is responsible for clearing away all the toxins we accumulate while we're awake. Here's the catch. It only activates once we're asleep. Lack of sleep has been linked to increased stress, decreased mental functioning, and even weight gain. Note to self, catch some more Z's. A third thing I'll do to bring myself back up is I will limit my exposure to negative people and negative ideas. And one of the ways I do this is I'll go on a 24-hour news blackout. I won't listen to it, watch it, read about it, talk about it with friends, stumble across it on Facebook or Twitter. Because let's be honest, for as long as we can remember watching the news, haven't we heard the same stories? Tonight's top stories: war, crime, death, poverty, destruction, madness, mayhem. Somebody done somebody wrong. Your team lost. I'm not saying don't be informed. I'm saying let's consciously decide to not be negatively programmed. Our brain is just a mental computer. We process input, we create output. If I don't like the output of my life, I have to examine the input. Garbage in, garbage out, as the saying goes. One other thing I'll do is I will surround myself with positive, motivating, uplifting people. People who are making things happen in their life and making me smile while I watch them. Now, if you don't have anybody like that in your life, I would invite you to go get some people like that and bring them into your life. As someone once said, if you can't change your friends, change your friends. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think of one part of your life that you would like to dial up to a higher level. And then I'd like you to think of one step that you can take right away to begin that journey. I'm not saying change is easy. It rarely is. What I'm saying is if you want to have, do, or be something better, you've got to begin by doing something different. And don't do it alone. No one succeeds alone. If you really want to make the most of this, bring someone else along with you. The two of you can change together. Because remember, if everybody helps, everybody wins. I said at the beginning we have a lot of things in common. Here's one more. We all have had the power to make our lives exactly the way they are. We all have the power to make our lives exactly the way we want. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your life. Up yours,